Hi, this is Craig Shelton with DCS Trains. Today's video will show how to safely unload a single action revolver, the gun that most folks think of when they think of a cowboy or cavalry 6-shooter. These guns come in a variety of calibers, from .22 long rifle like this one up to the .45 Colt, which is what the single action army actually used by the cowboys, by the cavalry, and in many movies you've seen. First, let's review the two most important rules for gun safety. Keep the gun pointed in a safe direction. That is a direction that if it does accidentally go off, it will do the minimal amount of damage and won't hurt anybody. Next, keep your finger off the trigger. We'll have a couple of reasons for exactly how to do that in this particular gun, but the reminder, movies and TV shows have inadvertently taught everybody the way to pick up a handgun is to grab it like this and put your finger in the trigger guard on the trigger. That's a bad thing. What we want to do is, when trained to pick up a gun that we intend to shoot, practice and learn how to keep the finger all the way off of the trigger at all times. However, in unloading a gun, you know you're not going to shoot it. You're never going to be ready to shoot. So for the unloading process, our rule is all four fingers on the grip locked by the trigger guard. They can't go in. With this style gun, there's another practical reason to follow that rule, even if you are experienced with shooting it and know that you can always keep your finger off the trigger by holding it like this. The major difference between this single action revolver and the double action revolver, which is the more modern version seen in the other video, is the cylinder in a single action revolver does not flip out hinged from the frame. You may recall in the other video we would open it up by releasing a latch and popping the cylinder back out and using a bar right here to assist in removing any bullets that don't fall out on their own. This style gun, it stays in place, and instead we open up a gate for the chamber, which exposes only one chamber at a time, and we remove the bullets one at a time with the assistance of a push bar that is spring-loaded right here. We'll show that process in just a minute. This takes us to the other reason for even experienced shooters should follow the four-finger rule on the grip for unloading. When that gate is open, if you're holding it like you're prepared to shoot, it's easy to inadvertently close it, and you have to keep reopening it while working on the unloading process. Now, this particular gun has a manual safety. Not all single action do. And on this gun, the manual safety is right here. Its safety is off and the gun can be fired. Safety's back on, and it locks the trigger from firing the gun. If you have safety, keep that on. The next difference between this and other single action models is on this one, for the cylinder to be able to revolve freely, the hammer must be in the second notch back, not fully cocked, but partially back. So make sure it's like this. Other models very similar to this from other manufacturers, it will turn freely and you can get it where you need to. Now to unload the gun. Pop open the gate. As you see, we've got a bullet in there. This gun is loaded with plastic training bullets. There's no worry about handling the gun right now as we practice unloading it. With the gate open, only one chamber at a time is visible. You can see as we turn through, so that we have to unload it one at a time. Do that with the spring-loaded bar here. Eject the bullet, and you'll see it actually shoves a rod all the way through the chamber and pops it out. We have to do that for every chamber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I said this is a 6-shooter. I did it 8 times to make sure that I got all of the bullets out and didn't miscount. I'll also, before deciding I'm done, inspect visually every chamber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've reconfirmed that every chamber is empty. That's important because you can find guns in this style with 6, 7, even 10 chambers for the bullets. So you have to make sure that you double back over count to make sure it's empty. Final review: when unloading a gun, always grab it with all 4 fingers on the grip so no finger can have any chance of getting in by the trigger. If it's a single action like this, make sure that the cylinder will revolve fully to reach each chamber, gate open, and use the spring-loaded bar. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Come back and see our other videos.